Hey VC, um, I'm back with another edition of Obscure Records. Um, in the past, I've shown quite a few sort of Aussie things that I think that you guys might like to know about overseas, Aussie and New Zealand sort of things. This time, I'm going to go further abroad. A friend of mine went to see some jazz music when he was over in Europe. In Scandinavia. And during his visits, he went to see a couple of concerts there that stood out for him. And while he was there, he picked up a couple of records for me um, from some pretty out there artists. One of the artists is named Christian Winfeld from Denmark. And his label, or I'm not sure if it's his label, but he's definitely a big part of the Danish label. I think you say it Leader or something. Leader Records, um, and they've put out a couple of really cool releases. It's jazz, but it's more ambient jazz, almost sort of field recording esque jazz. Christian Winfield is a percussionist, drummer, and pianist, and he plays with a handful of other people on this label as well. I'll show you the first record that I'm talking about, and it's this one here. And it's a beautiful cover. Um, that's the name of the record. I can't pronounce it. Four Stepper Sonental, maybe. And that's what we're talking about here. It's number number 32 out of 91. There were 91 copies made of this, and the reason being there's such an odd number of pressings is because the artwork, the sleeve, is part of a bigger picture that was designed by an artist. Sorry, I think that's the right way there. Designed by an artist who put together 91 pieces of cardboard, or made this beautiful artwork and then cut it up into 91 pieces of artwork, and they became the sleeves of each piece. So each piece is unique. Each record has a different sleeve image, I guess you could say, that's been taken from this wonderful artwork here. And I think mine might be sort of somewhere there. I think. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's a great idea for a release. And my friend Dan was at the launch party of this release, and he picked up a copy and brought it back to Australia for me. It also comes with a typed letter from the artist himself, from Christian Winfield, with an actual signature in pen. So he's signed every letter that went out, so 91 times, I guess. And I'll just read a little bit. I won't read the whole thing to you, but I'll just read a little bit of what he says. Dear listener, all music springs from silence. What you hold in your hands bear witness of my research into this particular conception. It is a record with sound created by me, hence the title Forstepersonental. I think that's how you say it, which translates to first person singular. But there are also other sounds recorded here, uncontrollable, concurrent sounds of the surroundings. I played in the middle of a cold night in a warehouse where they used to store dead animals, at the break of dawn on the brink of a forest, right where it meets the sea. At midday in a private dining room floating high above the neighbouring houses, with the clock ticking away, and throughout the misty first weekend of spring, in the empty library of an old former hunting castle. So there you go, that's the kind of thing we're dealing with here. It's a nice little package. I mean, it's it's certainly a piece of art, and I certainly appreciate it. It's one of those things that, you know, is sort of a, I don't know, not many people put that much sort of time and care into things, and I really value that for his piece. Yeah. So I'm very lucky to have this great record. Look, it's not something you're going to play all the time. It's ambient in the true sense of the word. I mean, we're talking about sort of um, the way that a room reacts to an instrument, or very, very subtle sounds, and the art of sonic space, and I mean, it's out there stuff. This is not always stuff. It's not stuff that I really could claim to understand fully. But I'm really happy to have this record in the collection, as it's just such a unique piece. There's the label there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. On the same label, and brought back by the same mate, is this one here. And it's along the same lines. It's a sort of ambient. It's a little bit. It's a bit more meaty. This one, less with the room sounds and more with the instruments and the playing. Drums, piano, percussion. Again with the same players as Christian Winfeld and Anders Orbaek, and released on the same label, the Lead Here Records label. But yeah, a couple of pretty cool, obscure little records there. And this is stuff I don't really know a lot about, apart from the fact that, apart from what my buddy told me when he was over there, plus checking out the website, which I'll leave a link to down the bottom, if you guys would like to explore some more of the sounds and some of this music, then yeah, check it out. But I'd also like to know if anyone else knows about this stuff. It's a world away from where I am, sort of both musically and geographically. I'd love to know some more about it, if people know these artists or have heard of them or have seen them, seen them live or something like that. Be really interested to know. But yeah, there you go. There's a couple of obscure records that I thought I might show. I was going to give a shout out, but maybe I'll just say hello to everybody and hope everyone's doing well, and yeah, enjoy. Thanks. Cheers.